Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ASUS ROG. We are live here in Helsinki, Finland for the grand finals of the Counter-Strike Global Offensive Tournament. It is a thing of beauty. ENCORE have fought their way through nostalgia in the semifinals to get a spot here, and myRevenge, the Danish team as well, here to face them on home turf. So, Lurpus, what do you think? Is this as good as it gets?
I mean, pretty much. I mean, the only problem is we just saw one of the best matches in a long time. Yeah, at least featuring a Finnish team. It's probably the best match ever played in CSGO, so it'll take one hell of a match to top it, but hopefully myRevenge is up for it.
That's the question right now. Are myRevenge, I mean, we've heard the crowd already, and the crowd here is phenomenal. The whole place is packed, but the noise they're making every time ENCORE took a round, that's going to be something that myRevenge, who are sitting right over there, are going to hear. Yeah,
and Disturb clearly said in his interview that they like when the crowd is loud. Mm-hmm. They clearly like it. By the way, the bleachers are completely full. Even the steps are full.
Yeah, everything.
No one is gonna fit there. Even the sides are full. There's so many people watching here.
Get hype. ENCORE are here. They're in the grand finals. The best that Finland have to offer. And this is going to be fantastic. The maps that have been picked as well, I believe, Mirage, Dust 2, and Inferno.
Yeah. I believe that is the order.
That is the order. So already, Mirage is a map that we've seen quite a bit here in Assembly throughout the group phase, throughout the playoffs. It's not something. Actually, hold on. Sorry about this. Ready. Okay, there we go. We're good. Yep. Just making sure that everybody's on the same page here. But it is a map that we've seen quite a bit, and a map that we don't really get to see in many other tournaments. It's not usually picked very often, especially in some of the bigger tournaments out there. It's usually Inferno, Dust 2. Those are the common maps that we see in these sorts of plays. But all throughout this tournament, we've seen phenomenal play on Mirage, and from both of these teams as well. So this is a fantastic map, I think, to start this series off on. Really, both of these teams are going to be able to showcase their skills and really give us the best show. As we see here now, myRevenge in front of us now. They look solid. One thing here to keep in mind is myRevenge were actually in the same group as ENCORE, and the last score there was 16-2 for ENCORE.
Yeah.
So that's something that myRevenge have to come back from.
That was very dominant too, and it was on Mirage, wasn't it?
I believe so. Yeah. It was on Mirage.
It was on Mirage. So that was a game where ENCORE just dominated myRevenge. Of course, now here's another thing to consider. myRevenge have had hours to just calm down, collect their thoughts. They've been watching here. They've seen everything ENCORE do. They've been watching them play. Whereas ENCORE, they're just fresh off a highly emotional win, like, what, 10, 15 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Their mind is not rested. They're not going to be ready mentally the same way that myRevenge are for this game. And all these things really do factor in when you play the finals of events.
Well, this is the thing, and this is something you're going to have experience with as well. Lurpus in particular, given your background, but are you able to bounce back from this sort of situation that quickly? Is 10 minutes enough for ENCORE to be able to regain their center?
I mean, you cannot be 100% focused 10 minutes after. It's going to take a little bit. You just sort of need to be in your own space for a while, maybe listen to some music just to let it all sink in, just get it out of your brain, just store it somewhere else, and then focus on new stuff. But that's something that can really factor in if things go south early on here. Because if ENCORE struggle, they're going to keep thinking about all those problems like, oh, I wish we had a little longer break. Like, why is this game on TV? If it wasn't on TV, it would have been able to get extra 10 minutes.
That's
all
true.
This stuff. So at the same time, though, I think all these players are really excited to play on TV. And that's a really big thing here. And that's certainly going to add to their motivation. So, while I don't think ENCORE are going to be 110% focused because of their game ending 10 minutes away ago, I don't think it's going to make a big difference, and I think they can definitely overcome that. But it does give a tiny edge to myRevenge, without a doubt.
I think most importantly, the thing that you touched on there is that myRevenge have had time to let the energy bleed out of them and recover themselves, but also they've been able to do quite a bit of homework here, sitting right here in the crowd, in the bleachers, watching ENCORE's every move. So ENCORE, they're going to have to find some way to change it up a little bit, change up some details here, because myRevenge have done their homework and they're going to be prepped and ready to go for this. The one thing that ENCORE is an edge for ENCORE as well is the fact that they do have that group stage match to fall back on, that result. So they can still, have that confidence going into it, saying, well, we've beaten these guys already once. It was a pretty decisive score. So that is something that they're going to be keeping in the back of their heads here, and that may give them an edge going into this match. But we are still waiting because, ladies and gentlemen, this match is actually being broadcast for the first time on Finnish national television. I believe, is that the first time CSGO has been broadcast on Finnish national television?
If you're Finnish watching this and you live in Finland, please go turn your TV on.
Yeah.
And just watch it there instead. even if the casters are different, it's good for the game.
Yeah,
we might get back here, might get back there later, and we might get more money. We might get more of these tournaments in Finland. That'd be cool.
More Finnish teams, more Finnish money for the.
Just more of everything, more of everything, and better everything.
Exactly.
Go do it. Just go watch TV. What are you doing here?
Get away from the PC. Go and sit on your couch. Crack on the big screen. It's actually pretty cool to be able to watch on TV.
You have a phone, you have a tablet, there's a nice little arena app for the TV channel you can go watch.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Well, there you go as well.
That adds viewers.
You don't even need to move now. Go get your tablet. Just open it up there. Put it next to you have the best of both worlds, really.
Yeah.
There you go. So, guys, definitely go and check it out if you're here in Finland. That is really cool. And having done it in Sweden as well, this sort of thing has happened before. There, it is a very cool experience, actually, just to get to sit back on your couch and enjoy it on the big TV. And I believe Wabbit is actually doing the commentary over there in Finnish as well. Wabbit, a very cool cat, been around for ages in the CS scene. So it'll be interesting for you guys to listen in and hear a little bit of what he has to say. But right now, we are still waiting for the time to run down here, as myRevenge are now 5 guys on the server. ENCORE all been prepped and ready to go. As we can see, they are still focused. Not to... I mean, he seems focused, but he does look a little worn around the edges there, and he is the papa of CS, so he needs to get a little bit of rest.
At the same time, though, ENCORE are fully warmed up, and they're ready to go. I mean, myRevenge, sure, they were playing some CSDM, they were running around on the server, but it's not the same as playing a match.
That's a good point.
So ENCORE definitely going to be more warmed up in game.
Now it's a measure of just energy at this point. Are they going to be able to keep that same intensity?
Endurance.
Exactly.
And we are live with the knife round now. So why don't we actually just jump into the game, and in case KHRN was 1v3 this time around, we'll actually be able to see it.
And one big thing here is I think there's a bit more importance as well for ENCORE to pick up this knife round, because if they're fired up already, they get on that CT side, they get that strong start, they can afford to give up a couple rounds on the CT side to give them a little bit of a safety net, really. So if they can really lock down this knife round, that would be huge for ENCORE here on home turf. But myRevenge taking this very patiently right now. I mean, obviously, they want to start off on the favored side for this map as well. So this is all going to come down to the dance. Who's got the fanciest footwork here, the quickest hands?
Let's see, 2 quick knife kills coming and make that 3 for the Danes. Have a 3v2 advantage for now.
And Natu will get caught as well.
And no 1v3 heroics this time around. Reflex is taken out. myRevenge this time get to start on the CT side, I believe was the side that they didn't really get to play last time around, because ENCORE defeated them so quickly with a monster CT side themselves.
No. And this is the thing. They do have that map to fall back on. Perhaps ENCORE are going to be able to check and see exactly what's up. But we do already have a stack shaping up here for B for myRevenge. Not exactly the best stack, however, seeing as how over towards the A site, ENCORE are getting set up for an A take, and there's only one man to stop them from doing this, and that's Barry, the in-game leader here for myRevenge, the man with the most experience on the team. We'll see if he's going to be able to get the rotation, or at least get a feeling for what's coming here. Start that rotation off for his team fairly quickly, because there is a man who's waiting in window as well. That is Zanser. But this could very well go south fairly quickly here, unless Barry can get some big shots, or at least get the information. He does manage to tag them as they come out of the apartments, but ENCORE are going to be able to get onto this site. Now it comes down to whether they can overwhelm. They are not holding back. Barry alive in CT, and this is going to set up for Asilian, who manages to get the shot to start things off on Disturbed, the man who was actually worried a little bit about his play in that last map. Disturbed has to bounce back, and so far, Kjerby is just doing a fantastic job. myRevenge with this retake, it's just all going their way. Finally, Reflex decides to step in and get 2 kills. But he gets overwhelmed facing 3 guns, and the defuse will go myRevenge's way.
And you can actually hear myRevenge yelling too. They definitely want to get loud themselves if they have no support here, just to even up those decibel numbers, even a tiny bit.
I think it was like the 5 voices that we heard actually raised there throughout this entire event. So myRevenge do need to make some noise.
Doubles by Asilion and Mup CG in that opening round, and ENCORE are going to be saving here.
At this point, you'd be amazed if they went for anything else.
Yeah, especially knowing they can go for that 3rd round buy now, having gotten the bomb planet on the pistol round.
For now, already the smoke has gone down from Kjerby, and this is pretty standard play from him. Poking forward, trying to get within range here. If he can hear anything here, this would be big. Any kind of information is crucial. Throws down the decoy now, just to perhaps confuse ENCORE a little bit. In the meantime, Mups G is helping him here from short, but they're deciding to fall both back onto the site, and they're really going to make the right call here. This is fantastic. MupsG is going to be in position already. Kirby is catching them in the back as they come out. MupsG and Kirby each picking up one, but there's a man already rotated over onto this B site. MupsG still alive in the mix, and he's going to get another potentially. He's just clicking away, but Disturbed finally gets rid of him, and the anti-eco goes myRevenge's way as well. Trying to save the last rifle there, but it's not going to happen. Still, solid hold from myRevenge.
Yeah, also a good save round, though, by ENCORE, getting those 2 weapons out, and especially myRevenge unable to pick up that Colt, even though one of the players were trying to shoot it towards their teammate. Zanzer now has picked up an AWP, so that's an early weapon advantage. Let's see what ENCORE does to counter it.
I'm wondering, we've got the one nade going through the mid, but there's a smoke from CT, all the way from CT. Tries to hit the timing right there, but it's not going to matter. And that's 4 guys taking over control of mid now for ENCORE. Disturbed in the meantime is sitting up in A apartments. No smoke yet to cut him off, but he's still waiting to see if anybody's going to be pushing through. He's in the wrong spot, however, as Asilian is pushing into A pit, and he's going to drop the smoke right here at the front entrance. One thing that ENCORE have, however, is the opportunity to pick off a man on short. KHRN getting a nice kill, but also working up from connector. They're going to lose Disturbed in A apartments, though, and that brings us back to a 4-on-4. Moving up short is the right call, do you think, Lurpus?
Yeah, I think it's a good place to go, especially knowing myRevenge has an AWP.
Zanzer is going to be able to demonstrate that now.
But
that's a nice shot.
He does connect on Exart.
That drops the bomb out in the open as well. Zanzer's still waiting to see if he's going to get an opportunity here. Kirby pushing out, trying to deny the plant, but a good positioning there by KHRN stops him from doing so. And at this point, we're moving in to this valuable 3rd round here. ENCORE absolutely need to lock this down. They have to just have the solid defense, the impenetrable defense. Whereas myRevenge now.
They're set up well here for that first retake. Natu gets the first kill.
And now Barry pushing up short. Gets the flank on one. Good spray there, but that sets it up for Reflex.
And look at that. Reflex with 1 bullet gets that kill. And KHRN with the clutch. I'm not sure if you caught this on stream, but Reflex turned around. He shot 1 bullet and killed the other myRevenge player. So that really is what that difference came to, or what was the difference in that round. He got 1 bullet off before being shot in the back.
You know, that was big play from
And
ENCORE,
now of course, a save round for myRevenge.
Exactly.
And probably 2 save rounds.
Potentially here. I mean, they've got guys below 2,000, and that's not going to help them here. Natu up in B apartments is going to force that push back. myRevenge trying to throw their weight around a little bit early here on this eco round for themselves, getting up into the B apartments, getting some information for themselves, maybe getting lucky and getting a kill. But right now, ENCORE not letting them actually get any kind of momentum going. One thing here is MupsG is pushed into A apartments and taking up a bit of an awkward angle. So if ENCORE decide to come through here, this could come back to bite them. But Disturbed is making sure that they can't get outflanked.
Yeah, they're not going to be coming that way. They're headed totally on a different side of the map. Natu opens the action, gets first blood on Kirby. A nice nade on Barry, I think. No, just barely misses.
He's going to be able to dodge in time. And it seems like this is going to be the B play after all here. One thing, though,
yeah,
myRevenge making a
are
great
stacked
call.
there. They're stacked in the bomb site, so this could still be dangerous for the Finns. Let's see what happens. MupsG staying oddly long in those A apartments, really far away from the action. Let's see, Barry 14 health, but in a good spot with a CZ75. CZ75 also in the hands of Zanzer. Let's see what happens. ENCORE is going to be running in now.
Natu spots a man out at bench there, but it is going to be Zanzer. Boop on top of the box, on the site proper, and they check immediately. ENCORE not giving them a shot here. MupsG only now rotating through the window, but he's going to get spotted out in kitchen, trying to exchange shots here with Disturbed. This is not likely here. Disturbed is going to round that corner, and he's going to get caught. Very solid second round here for ENCORE. And this is still too close to call here for myRevenge, I think. They should go for another round of eco, but instead they decide to force it up. Now, do you agree with this decision here, Lurpus? I mean, they are fairly low on money.
It's a bold move. I mean, Zanzer was able to buy an AWP. He just has no armor and no nades to go with it. It could work out and really pay off, but it's a risk. And I'm not sure if it's a necessary risk playing on the easier side of the map, so we're just going to have to see how it plays out. Oh. Slow round by ENCORE.
I feel like this is how they're going to play this out. They really are going to take their time. Asilian is down in shadow, so no early pick here for him. Disturbed once again up in the apartments. They've really spread out, actually, ENCORE. Seems like maybe, I mean, this is almost as if they were playing versus a rifle round here, so it seems like they've got an idea of what they're facing up against right now. Oh, and a nice flick there by Caron. That's going to
Nice
start
shot
things
by
off strong.
KHRN.
They do manage to get both kills on this A site. There is a man still alive in the CT spawn. Zancer with the AWP gets a great headshot on KHRN, but he gets overwhelmed by Disturbed, who manages to get the jump on him. MupsG now with a good flash around the corner, and he finishes off the job. But this is not where the bomb is. The bomb is making its way B.
And this fake has just gone perfectly for ENCORE.
At this point, myRevenge have no business going for a retake there. They have to back off and hold on to these guns. MupsG way too low, as far as the HP is concerned, to really make a real effort here. Now this is actually going. This is a complete turnaround here for ENCORE. They're about to take 3 rounds in a row now, and T side is a less favored side. I think ENCORE would be pleased with it, even getting just 6 rounds in this half, and they're already halfway there. So this is a very strong turnaround from them here.
Yeah, I think certainly if they can win the CT side pistol round, they'd be comfortable with 6 rounds. I mean, they did get 13 last time around, as Kjærby takes out Reflex, trying to escape that way. Exart saves his weapon, but so do Kjærby and MupsG. So it might be another FAMAS buy by the Danes. In fact, it should be another FAMAS buy, and that's what comes in, as Kjærby is the first one to drop it.
Yeah, and one of them, Barry, is going to go for CZ75. So he's taking the hit for the team. He's making sure he can get full nades. He does actually have a FAMAS, so they were able to still buy up 3 FAMASes there. So a fully equipped team, in fact. It seemed almost a little bit odd there, but Natu putting some pressure early. They're going for the double nade back there to just cut off the man who may have been sitting at van. Nice little play. Asilian has once again pushed into A pit here to deny it from ENCORE. Continue to press around the map. ENCORE just playing so very patiently. They're channeling their inner Na'Vi right now. Just taking all the time in the world to set up and basically waiting for myRevenge to play into their hands. The same could be said for myRevenge at this point. Really, it's just a standoff. Who's going to crack first? Who's going to make the first mistake? Asilian now with 58 seconds left is deciding whether he's going to chuck that smoke down there to cut off that pit or not. Nobody there, however, to stop him, as KHRN is already backing off towards B. Natu has pushed his way forward in B apartments, and this is going to begin a bit of a play. They still leave their options open, though, because the bomb hasn't committed to B apartments. This is really just showing that Natu wants to try and draw attention here, and the boost spot there is going to catch him off guard, but there are currently 3 members alive on A side for myRevenge. A lot of this is going to come down to Disturbed. If he can find an entry frag here, this would be huge for his team as to where they're going to go, and he's just peeking out on balcony, making noise, stepping, not going to check the angle, and now there's only 20 seconds left. This is backfiring for ENCORE. They're trying to make the call, but Disturbed gets picked out of the air, and now it comes down to the 2 remaining members on this A site. They're going to manage to shut this down. 10 seconds left. They drop the bomb carrier. It's going to now come down to Natu alive in a 1v4, and he is nowhere near this bomb. ENCORE just losing that game of chicken, essentially. They let the time get the best of them.
Once again, they just played far too slow. I actually talked to KHRN and Reflex there in the lounge area after the semifinal for a little bit. I was telling them they're just playing too slow, and this is killing them. And clearly they did not yet learn from their mistakes. I mean, once again, they realized they had 20 seconds left on the clock. They had to rush in. They couldn't even clear corners, and they just easily got sprayed down by myRevenge. So bad clock management by ENCORE there. The game is now tied at 3, and Zancer going aggressive in the A apartments, and he will be met by Disturbed.
We'll see if he can land the shot, or if Disturbed is going to get the pick here. This would be big. Disturbed, only a Galil in hand. I'm sure he wishes he had an AK, but Zancer decides to back off and just smoke it off, and that's safe play from him. He walks right in, and what a shot from him. Picks off Reflex before Reflex can even react, and that actually drops the bomb up in connector. So myRevenge now getting a bit of an idea of what ENCORE are up to. MupsG trying to push on short. He's going to get pushed back, however, and the situation stabilizes itself. And at this point, I do believe there has been a boost up into window room, and KHRN is now going to be lurking. And Barry doesn't seem to realize that he may have an enemy about to flank him out right now. KHRN just waiting.
KHRN really holds the keys to this round currently. He's the one who can really make a difference. Barry rotates out, and that's bad news for KHRN, who is just killing a lot of time waiting for his team, while he could actually be...
he could be pushing right now.
Yeah.
And there's the first kill. Zancer is going to manage to pick up KHRN, and this is at this point, it's basically coming down to Disturbed with this Galil, trying to open things up on this site, but there's still Asilian waiting. He's going to get the perfect shot. It's going to fall apart here on this A side. Asilian is still here. He could very well deny the plant, but he's going to get the first man, not stop the plant, but leaves Natu alone in a 1v3, and Natu doing his damnedest to stay alive. Does he spot the man through the smoke?
Nope.
No, but Kjærby does him. And that is going to be the end of this sort of situation here.
Once again, ENCORE sort of just taking it too slow. Not much happening there in the middle of the round. They actually put KHRN in a very good situation there in the window room. He went to the ladder room through catwalk, but wasn't able to actually get anything done there.
There it is.
It's big applause for the start of the round.
Yeah, very strong, very strong. Proud of you guys. Hi, let's see. Oh, Xancer actually getting spotted out at the edge of the smoke there. He's going to go for the peek regardless. Brave play, but he gets nothing from it apart from spotting out the guys. And now it's just going to be Barry laying into ENCORE, stopping this push cold, and then the push on short getting nailed as well. Kirby's looking for a different angle, but he's not going to need it. In the end, it's Mups G who pushes forward. And in the end, Kirby not going to find it. He gets nothing. But regardless, this isn't huge. This is just a very solid anti-eco round coming in from myRevenge. Coordinated pushes, never letting ENCORE get the drop on him.
And this is going to be a weapon round once again after ENCORE saved the previous round. 3-5, not a bad score for either team at this point on Mirage.
No, it's looking good. It's actually looking good here. This is still anybody's game. Anybody's game. But again, this is a play, and I don't think ENCORE have picked up on this yet, but this is a play that, well, Barry and his lads really favor, pushing in aggressively to A-Pit and denying it early on. Asilian and Barry, once again, very aggressive here, and guess who's up in A apartments again? Xancer.
Of course. And he is actually going to see Disturbed this time around. He lands the shot. Early advantage for the Danes.
Not too over at A apartments, not really, or pardon me, B apartments, not really going to get anything done here. The rest of his team are just gathered outside of A pit, but that smoke clears, and they still have to wonder in the back of their heads, is there a guy waiting around the corner for us right now? It's a double stack, in fact, because Asilian has swapped places with Barry, and they're both just holding this angle. And there isn't a whole lot of hope for ENCORE at this point. If they try and jump down from the ledge, it's going to get very difficult. If they go for a smoke round here, these are perfect spots for myRevenge to be waiting in. And there the smokes come in, and now Asilian takes the peek. Barry gets overwhelmed, but Asilian with a double spray getting two, and that's his work done. Xancer will get smoked off, but he could even go for a boost over if he so wished it. KHRN, though, will get this bomb plant, and that is very fine work there. Sick nade by Xancer, doing a huge amount of damage, and Kirby is picked off not to in the meantime. Now it's all down to KHRN.
Just 12 points of health and in a very, very tough spot. But he does have a very good bomb plant that actually gives him a fighting chance of winning this round. Oh, and KHRN with a nice headshot, but there is a smoke. Will he get that kill through the smoke? No! Just barely misses. 2 more bullets is probably what it would have taken there at the end.
That's pain right there.
That is pain. But at the same time, though, he probably should have gotten taken out by the first opponent already. So it's great work by him even getting that close to winning that round. That really was an unwinnable situation, given his low health.
And he's very close now. Is ENCORE are able to buy up because of that plant. And look at the quick play here from XR, just pushing aggressively up, not able to get the pick, and there's still that man alive in the A apartments. He strikes. It's Xancer from CPL now looking to see if he can get something done, but Barry is just laying waste from the A side proper. Goes for another spray. Triple kill for him now, and Reflex has to back off. He's taken enough of a beating with his team. 1v3 and looking for a different angle. He could try an approach through here, but Barry waiting in shadow. This is just another very difficult situation now for Reflex to find himself in.
Yeah, Reflex really needs to kill some time. This is a time that he cannot play too fast because he needs to allow myRevenge to rotate and start doubting themselves on whether he's going to go to B. Currently 2 players playing in the A side, and the problem with this is Barry is in a very popular spot that's very tough for Reflex to clear.
Exactly.
So first of all, even if Reflex takes out Kirby, it's still going to be hard for him to get that second kill because Barry can just play it so passively and keep hiding there until the bitter end. And he's not going to land that shot. It's going to be Kirby taking him out. And myRevenge looking strong early on, going up 7-3 here in the grand final of ASUS ROG Summer 2014.
Yeah, excellent performance out of them so far in this first half. And it is not done yet. ENCORE still have the ability to come back into this. And in fact, they're no fear from them. They're going to go for a straight up buy here, force the rest of their money through. And now it starts to get fairly difficult for them. Again with the aggressive push from myRevenge, though, straight up to pit. And again, they're going to deny it, but there's nobody here from ENCORE. ENCORE floating around mid, looking to take mid control as they work their way through underpass as well. And there's nobody here to get this information here for myRevenge. There is Kierby on short. Not sure if he spotted anything quite yet, though, and he's going to back off and hold his position. This is a bit difficult here. myRevenge could about to have the biggest headache of his life, briefly.
Still no action, almost 40 seconds into the round.
Both of these, it's a game of chess at this point. They're just maneuvering around on the map, trying to get information, trying to look for weakness, basically, and myRevenge walking onto Natu. Quick trade there. And now the push begins up onto the site. There are men alive here. The flash is going to buy more time, but a sick nade. The bombardment rains in, and that's going to at least soften up the defense somewhat. Asilian waiting in this back corner, though, and Disturbed has no idea. If Asilian takes one step to the right, well, Disturbed is going to shoot his face off.
And myRevenge is very low on health after taking out Natu earlier on the round. 29 seconds, and ENCORE needs to get the bomb planet. Exart gets a kill now on Kierby. myRevenge is still hiding here. He's going to try to kill the planner. Nope. Refuses to do that. He's going to fall back 13 points of health. He's going to try to help his teammate Zanzer save this op and try to save his own weapon in the process, but I think ENCORE are wise to it.
They should be wise to it. The question is whether ENCORE actually try and pursue this, seeing as how they have so little HP.
Yeah.
I mean, they really are, sorry, little HP, my mistake. So little money. They can't really afford to give up any of the guns that they have right now. If they give up 2 guys, that's 2 guys that have to rebuy rifles, 3 of them in the next round, and that starts to get a little hairy here for ENCORE.
Yeah. myRevenge will be buying next round no matter what, but if ENCORE win a couple more rounds, that's going to break their money. In fact, just winning 1 more round could already force myRevenge in a save round if they're unable to save any of these weapons. They don't have that much money. They have a bunch, but not that much saved up. We see here 3 of their players with under 2,200. Even the richest person, $2,750 to their name. So if ENCORE win this round, it'll be a broken buy by myRevenge, or more likely a save round.
Look at this position now. They're changing it up. It was aggressive play towards Pit, but now myRevenge looking to take over mid. The man holding this is going to be Reflex. He spots the aggression and manages to back off, keep his skin relatively intact. And just a quick trade of shots there to start things off in this round. But that's actually a whole lot of aggression out of both of these teams with how patient they've been playing it so far in these rounds. And still we look to see where the opening is going to be found here. Zanzer trying to make up his mind as to where he wants to take this AWP. Do we have another smoke round developing here for ENCORE, though? That's the big question. We need to see a big smoke round out of them, I think. They have yet to really go for one. Like an A take, smokes everywhere, and just run onto that site and get the kills. Not really sure we've seen that yet from ENCORE. It seems like they really have been basing a lot of their play on the picks. But here we go. All the smokes going straight in. And we have to see, are they going to be able to hold this? Smoke should cut Zanzer off from A apartments. He takes the shot, and this is just, it seems like it's just a fake. They're going for the smoke, but we need to see movement here from the other side. They're going for the double bluff right now, ENCORE, basically. I mean, what do you think of it? Is this a bit too complicated here, Lurpus? Should they have just gone for it?
It depends whether it works. Let's see. It's hard to say, but myRevenge has bought the fake completely. Barry's still here getting kills, though, and ENCORE, 10 seconds left.
They don't have time. They don't have time. And look at this. Asilian is going to catch them as they try and get onto the A site. And that was more than enough work done. Disturbed getting caught in connector. Asilian is on a tear right now. 3 kills to his name, and Natu is alive. He's only got a Galil in hand. And that was brilliant. That could have worked perfectly if they had another 10 seconds.
Allow me to retroactively answer your question.
Right. Go ahead.
That was not too complicated, but it was too complicated for ENCORE. Because they clearly couldn't pull that off in the time frame that is 1 minute and 45 seconds. That is a round in Counter-Strike. They needed another 10, 15 seconds. Or just 1 more smoke to block Barry off, so they could have just gone for the plant directly in the A side. I mean, myRevenge bought that fake perfectly.
And yeah, if they had another 10 seconds there, ENCORE might have been able to pull it off. That's the thing. It seems a little bit wishy-washy as to what they're trying to get done here. But they still need to find a frag, and they've gone ahead and forced up here. They're trying to keep the pressure on myRevenge, but myRevenge are in a decent position. Reflex will get the jump on Kierby on short, however, and we do have a push coming in. Disturbed gets stopped. He gets cut short. Zanzer with the ape. Oh, but KHRN with the headshot. That opens it up. A knife fight mid. You don't bring a knife to a gunfight there, myRevenge, and he's laughing about it as well. Natu gets the plan on the B site, and now this is turned around completely. ENCORE now on the brink of picking up a 5th round here in this first half.
Good job by ENCORE, finally changing to something simpler. I mean, that's really been the problem here. They've been getting those kills, they've been getting entries, but they've been playing too complicated. As Reflex gets the kill, that all but settles the round. It's only a matter of time before this is going to become the 5th round for ENCORE so far in this opening half of the Mirage. It's turning out to be a pretty decent half for both of these teams. I mean, ENCORE probably would be happy with 6 rounds, like you said. They definitely want to go for 7, whereas myRevenge probably would want double digits.
Yeah, I think myRevenge, they want that 10th round. They need that 10th round to give them an edge going into this second half. If ENCORE are allowed to get up to a 9-6 scoreline, 1 pistol and ENCORE right back ahead with the advantage as well going into the second half. So we have to see now as to how they are going to set it up. Reflex goes for the flash. This could actually be an interesting peek here. KHRN is going to walk right out there. Barry has upgraded. He's got the Scar 20. That auto sniper going straight to work. Picks off KH. And now the double stack, Xanser with the AWP. And he's got backing from Kjærby and B Apartments, but that backing is no longer there. Do ENCORE pick up on this, or does he get a freebie frag right here? There's the peek, and the kill comes in. myRevenge now a 2-man lead, and now they can go into complete lockdown across the site. They don't need a peek. They don't need to play risky. They just hold the angles and abuse the nades.
That's what they should be doing. ENCORE smartly falling back. I mean, there's no way they're getting into that B side right now, the way it is. Though, here's another way to look at it. It's maybe a 20% chance of getting into that site, but if they get in, good chance of winning it. They have a good chance of getting into that A site if they just get 1 entry, but it's a whole lot harder to hold in an afterplant situation. And we've seen that happen numerous times here already in the grand final, where ENCORE get an entry, they get the bomb down, or at least close to it in the A site, but no cigar.
Oh, and myRevenge is playing this down to perfection. He plays it so perfectly, but Disturbed is going to get the best of him, and regardless, problem is that Asilian is still alive up on the balcony. He's going to get 2 frags, and that's more than enough. Xart gets caught from the CT spawn. That Scar 20 going to work yet again, and Barry walking away with 2 very dirty frags there. But this is now 15 rounds into the first half, 9-5 scoreline, and ENCORE still have enough money to get a reasonable buy going, a full buy in fact. So it's all or nothing now. Double digits for myRevenge, or a solid first half score for ENCORE. No pressure, guys. And no aggression either. But this is good here. ENCORE really looking to speed things up, it seems. They've got Natu, who's going to be running over into B Apartments, perhaps trying to draw the attention here. Whereas they are still set up, or they are setting up for a smoke round onto A, and that's what I want to see right now, a smoke round, well-executed smoke round from ENCORE. No aggression towards A pit right now from myRevenge, so they aren't going to be within the radius of those smokes that are going to land here, here, and here. Only man who can make a difference, really, is going to be Asilian if it comes down to it. 1v3, 1v4, that's not bad odds there for ENCORE.
Another very, very, very slow round for ENCORE.
What we have is Disturbed. He's basically timing it with the smoke that's up in A Apartments. He's like, as soon as this smoke goes, you guys are going to chuck in your nades, and we're going to see how this works. As Barry is beginning to light it up with the Scar 20. ENCORE playing it patient. They're going to let him run out of some ammo first, but Asilian is the point man here for myRevenge. He needs to get the first headshot. They have to check this angle, and they are going to do it, and they get the job done. Xanser tries a shot, and he misses. And ENCORE all of a sudden on the A site, all 5 members intact, and this is looking like a fantastic beginning for the Finnish team. Can they hold now? This is the question. myRevenge, there's no saving now, and myRevenge is going to pick up the first frag of this retake, even handing a rifle over to his mate. Shots from myRevenge. Scar 20 goes in, and now it comes down to the defuse. Is Xart going to be able to get it in here in time? He has to stop. He's not planted. The bomb is not planted for him. He does his best, but it will be double digits in the end for myRevenge. 10 frags, or 10 rounds rather, on the board for them.
Yeah, I mean, nice retake by myRevenge, and I'm surprised ENCORE didn't change their strategy at all later on in that half. I mean, they, like I said, they kept getting the bomb down in A, they kept getting into that side, but they still weren't getting those rounds, and I think that can be fool's gold sometimes when you feel like you're getting in, and you may feel like you're just messing up, even though it really is the other team playing super well. So they probably should have attacked B more at the end of that half, but I mean, hindsight is 20/20, right?
Exactly right, and that's the advantage of the commentary, right? We get that bird's eye view, that overview of the whole picture, whereas ENCORE are having to try and put that picture together as they go. And it is going to be a smoke round coming out here. myRevenge working their way out onto the site. Barry with the high vision looking towards CT, trying to get a headshot, but he's not going to get it. And they are actually going to manage to plant for Courtyard in the smoke. Nicely done there by Kirby. And he makes it out in one piece as well, taking fire. But this is going to be a very tough retake here for ENCORE. Exart starts us off with a frag on Kirby, though, finally tracking down the wounded member of myRevenge. But there are still 4 members alive, and guess what? mupsg, this could eviscerate all of the defense. He gets the first frag, and now he gets a second. They're lining up for him. Potential third and fourth. mupsg has turned it around near single-handedly. They go for the knife, but you get greedy. And myRevenge, they pick up the pistol in this second half. mupsg's position, though, just made that all work. Look at this, the first one, these 3 frags are ridiculous. And he nearly gets them to line up for the 4th and 5th.
Just great job by myRevenge. Basically the exact opposite of what was happening in the first half. myRevenge got the bomb planet, just like ENCORE. They held it. That's the difference. It was that flank. And we actually saw something similar by, who was it? I think it was a myRevenge player too, in their semi-final. Against Recursive. A similar flank all the way to connector after getting bomb planted towards Courtyard, like you said.
Dude, mupsg is not afraid to 80-80 spam. He just stands his ground and dances the fancy feet demonstration here. But ENCORE, they're still holding on to this site. They lose KHRN. It is down to not 2 with this P250, but the bomb is going to get planted, and mupsg will find yet another frag this round. 2 for him, 3 for Cillian. And 12 rounds now on the board for myRevenge. Another round of eco coming out here for ENCORE. And this is about worst case scenario. This is about as bad as it gets right now for ENCORE. They have to give another round. They're going to have so little cushion for the rest of this half.
I know. But, I mean, we've seen that they can do it before. We saw that in the group stage match where they dominated 13-2 on the CT side. This time they just didn't win the pistol. They can still do it, but there's a lot of question marks there.
I like Disturbed here. Not willing to go for the fight. Decides to back off and change the angle. This could be a crucial position for him to hold if they don't check this site, myRevenge. He's looking to see if anybody's going to come peeking out a balcony, and he crouches back down just in time, but then he gets spotted from Get Right, and now it falls apart. myRevenge going to be able to get the plant unless Reflex denies it, and at the last second he does. Nicely done there, but the firepower, there's just not too much of it here for ENCORE. KHRN and XR trying to split this side open. It's going to be between the 2 of them. KHRN blocked off by a smoke in CT. Still going to sneak forward and pick up a frag on a Cillian through the smoke. Very nicely done. And XART's still alive. A thorn in myRevenge's side. And they're finally willing to go and take the fight and clear him out.
Couple kills here for ENCORE, but still a long way to go before they can really think about winning this round. XART here has a chance to make something happen, but he's going to be spotted as he makes noise. Derby is going to peek him and take him out. KHR, final man standing, is taken out 13-5 now. myRevenge up, and ENCORE really need to step it up right now, or they're going to be facing an early 1-0 deficit in this series.
Yeah, and that's the brutal reality here. But this is the first hurdle now for ENCORE. They lose the pistol. The buy round here in the 19th round is all that matters at this point. And we'll see where XART decides to take this AWP out to mid. Bit of the pop flash. Now they are going to look to take this fight mid. In fact, he's changing it up. They get behind the boxes, but XART, is he going to peek towards top? There's a man waiting for him here, however. It's a risky play now for XART to take this peek if he decides to, and he is going to give up. He's going to back off, and that's a smart play in this position. If he gets overwhelmed and goes down, he does not want to be giving the man advantage to myRevenge.
No, sir. And myRevenge also playing very slow. And Asilion actually sneaking through the smoke here in a connector. And he might see Reflex here pretty soon. Just great timing.
Does Reflex spot him right now?
No, I don't think so.
Just barely.
No, he doesn't. But he's going to spot him right now any second. But he misses the shot. Asilion with 9 health escapes. And myRevenge is going to attack the A bomb site simultaneously. Disturbed going to get caught off guard.
And now it's XART with this AWP, just wings a shot through the smoke, not going to connect with anything there. And this bomb site now belongs to myRevenge. This crucial round has to go ENCORE's way if they want to have a chance in this half. But KHRN denies the plant, and that's very important now. mupsg taking fire as well, has to back off, change up his angle. Kirby as well, getting flashed. So far, ENCORE doing a terrific job of buying time. 20 seconds left. The pressure is mounting here for myRevenge. They have to find a frag, but KHRN gets another one. 2 for him now. He's still in the mix.
And look at this, MupsG is going to be flanking through CT spawn.
Oh, MupsG again.
And the last member is MupsG behind 2 ENCORE players.
Oh, the spray! MupsG does it! And now he's actually in a position to be able to deny the plant from Natu as well. The defuse, Natu has to worry. It's all about the mind games now. Goes for another fake. And MupsG with the fire around the angle. 3 frags for him. But yet again, the crucial flank coming out from myRevenge.
And MupsG, again the player with the flank. He did it on the pistol round. He got those 4 kills. He did it again this round. Huge plays by him.
Making all of the difference. And, I mean, look now, ENCORE have to basically buy whatever they can with what little money they have.
By MupsG there, too. So
at the end on Natu, yeah.
That was sick.
Just really clean, really clean. But what I liked best there was actually the second frag, where he just controlled the spray, drifted across, and gets the headshot just the same. Really just perfect place from MupsG there, and that saves myRevenge's bacon. At this point, however, ENCORE are just set up basically with the minimal number of nades to get the job done. It's all going to come down to the rifle work. Xart has already been tagged down to 39. And again, myRevenge are just going to abuse the fact that they have all the fun toys. They have all the nades that they need, and they are fully equipped with rifles. This is going to be a very tough situation here for ENCORE. It's going to take some stellar rifle work to shut this down.
That it will Xart with a scout already taken on some damage, and myRevenge. And myRevenge are doing exactly what ENCORE did not have in their arsenal. They did not have this plant smoke attack towards the A bomb site. As Barry gets 2 kills and ENCORE is just getting run over in the A side. KHRN, though, has something to say about that. He's been by far the best player for the Finns here in the grand final.
No, KHRN, you shot that AK away. You don't have it anymore. He tried to swap out his FAMAS for the AK. But this is still a 2-on-4 situation right now. ENCORE, Natu even shooting at his teammate.
Yeah, Natu, that guy's on your side. In fact, he's your best player.
Yeah, you don't want to be hurting his odds. And it does seem like ENCORE at this point have decided to back off. Natu lying in wait, snake in the grass play from him, and it actually works. He gets a parting frag. Should be able to back off here unless Xancer can cut him off before he gets into B apartment. Xancer will and gives himself up to Natu. And this has turned into a decent round for ENCORE, but at this point, it's a bit late to be trying to mess with myRevenge's economy. myRevenge, plenty of money to rebuy, whereas ENCORE just have to go once again for a bit of a piecemeal buy on their side.
Yep, 15-5. So that's 10 map points for myRevenge to try to claim a 1-0 lead here in the grand final.
Let's see, the push out to mid again, and they're just going to stand their ground. The spray control comes out. It's a quick 1-for-1 in mid. Xancer steps in, gets 2. KHRN steps back into mid, though, and gets another one. We're into a 3-on-3 now as KHRN looks to change up his angle. Xancer going to back right on off through mid, though. And there's a...
Look at Natu just aggressively walking up the middle, and he's going to be on a flank. Actually, he did something similar against myRevenge in the group stage game. That worked out perfectly as well. Now Natu knows they're going to be attacking A, and that's where all 3 of their players are going to be focused. Let's see if that's enough to prolong.
Nice flash, but then that's not going to work. KHRN gets caught. Disturbed will return fire. And now Xancer alive at A pit. The bomb has been dropped out in the middle of no man's land, but Natu and Disturbed stacking up on the A site. They do get the 1 frag, but then it's a quick 1-for-1, and Jeremy will get the final frag, securing the 16th round and the first map for myRevenge. ENCORE are going to have to bounce back during the break on this second map, which will be on Inferno as well. Map that they have gotten mixed results on throughout this tournament, but we shall see if they can find themselves again. As we see, they look focused. They look focused, and they're going to have to definitely have a talk about what happened in this map because nothing seemed to be going their way. myRevenge, the fact that they hope out ENCORE's play throughout that second semifinal seemed to really give them that edge going into this map here.
Yeah, it definitely did. And also, like I said, for ENCORE, the break wasn't that long. So now they're going to get a little more time off, and hopefully that'll be enough for them to truly get their heads into the game before the game is over.
No, that's the thing. That's what everything is about now. But there's an even break, I suppose. So they do have that going for them here. But it will be exactly 10 minutes break before we go live with the second map here in the grand finals of the ASUS ROG Summer 2014 Counter-Strike Global.